I don't know what's tea, but I have recorded like two different readings for you guys. The first one, my dad called me to interrupt. The second one, I was like satisfied with. And then I tried to upload it first from my phone and it wasn't working. And then so I tried from my computer and it looked like I literally filmed it on a rock. Oh, I was like, you know what? The people deserve a bit better than that. Apollo and his brother are fighting right now. Look up, they're play fighting, and we dropped a card on the floor, so I'm trying to get it. What have we got here? The Emperor. Of course he's hard to get. No, really, he's not hard to get. He's just like he's sitting. He's just sitting there like a stubborn motherfucker. Anyways, okay, so this is just gonna be like general vibes for February. Gratitude. Gratitude is just like a big theme in my life and kind of what the cards I pulled before were saying. But I'm just gonna pull new ones and see if they have any other messages for us. This is just the traditional tarot. I used a different deck initially, but maybe that's the problem. Maybe the internet isn't ready for the freak show tarot. So I don't know. But I did my nails. I was gonna post this video yesterday, actually. And then Ace of Cups. I think this card came out from the other deck too. So yeah, gratitude is Ace of Cups. But instead of doing my nails, I was really locked into work last week and my brain was not functioning because I didn't. That's not true, but what is this? The Five of Swords? Yeah, so just like being grateful for the end of conflict, like bringing conflict to an end in your own life. And actually choosing gratitude instead of choosing conflict. So like if let's say there's someone you don't like, but you have to work with, right? So instead of just like getting annoyed and being angry that they are who they are, just be grateful. Be like, okay, this person is providing me with problems that I have an opportunity to solve, or they're like, they're bringing things to my attention that I might not have known about otherwise. But just like, how can you be grateful even for things that irritate you? That didn't come out last time, so that's a new message. But anyways, yeah, so I did my nails yesterday. I watched Shark Tale and then I slept for 12 hours. And during my 12-hour sleep, I had a dream that I was on LA Leakers freestyle. I'm begging these men. I'm like, please do not post this. And in part, I think it's because I've been watching like The Apprentice. I'm on like season 6 now, and my man Donald, need to turn this shit. Okay, boys, chill out. He's trying to turn it into like Big Brother, you know what I mean? Like it's like he has these are professional business people. He did not tell them this, I guess, but some of them were like sleeping outside in tents and yeah, like one person quit. And they're like, you know what? Like, I didn't think this was gonna be this way, Donald. And then he's in the boardroom, and I think Don Jr. is with him because they kind of his kids came in around like season 4, but Don Jr. with his chubby little face is sitting there, and they're both like, we hate quitters. Like, how are you gonna quit? And then this person is like arguing back. They're like, well, actually, no. Like, I'm being true to myself because like I didn't sign up to come here and sleep outside in a tent like to work for you. You know, like in past seasons, they're all staying in a fucking penthouse in like Trump Tower. Um, and then so Donald and like his son and whoever else is on his side is trying to like bully people into thinking that quitting is a bad thing. But like, no, like if you do not let people quit when they know that something is not for them, then like you were just prolonging suffering for everyone. Like, so that, yeah, that was weird. The moon came out from the other deck too. Um, and what is this? The Eight of Cups. So yeah, the Eight of Cups is like leaving yourself out in the cold. Like it's just keeping yourself stuck emotionally. So um maybe like people have thought that they haven't been able to be grateful because it's like they can't see anything around them to be grateful for, like the moon hides things, right? But the thing is, like, if you can't be grateful for things, like even like the most basics of what you have, you will never get any more. And I find like men in particular have a really hard time with like gratitude energy. And that is always how I like identify a feminine wound in someone. So like if I ask you to just name 3 things you're grateful for and you look at me and say, do we have to do this right now? Or you can't do it? I'm like, okay, then we have a problem. Because how can you not be grateful for 3 things? How can you not be grateful that you woke up today? That maybe you had a glass of water, you had something to eat, like you saw something beautiful. Like there's so much to be grateful for, right? So yeah, people just need to start appreciating what's around them before the universe will bring them more. So the Knight of Pentacles, that's like slow and steady wins the race, right? So it's like you have to trust that like the universe is working. And again, even if you can't see them, there are always invisible forces around you conspiring in your favor. So if you can be grateful for like when things piss you off or stress you out, be grateful for the lesson. Be grateful for the opportunity to be alive at this point. You know, even I know the world is really fucked up right now and people are kind of exhausted and like in a victim-y state, but oh, gratitude is what will heal us all. And the card just flew out, so I'm gonna see what it was. It almost knocked the Ace of Cups out of the way. The star. Exactly. This is big Aquarius energy. After the tower comes the star. So you have to let things crumble. You have to trust that, um, like admittedly, like I didn't understand a lot about like DEIs until like because I'm not American, but so Trump has been president for like however long now, right? And so there's like I work in the media, so I have like 5 different websites I create content for. So we had a meeting on Friday to talk about like creating content around like DEIs and stuff. So I had to do like a bit of research ahead of time. And like you know, on one hand, I do see like as a person, like I've had to deal with a lot of government structures before and whatever. And so I see the value in like um you know, like federal workers, I guess, like before, even before COVID, like maybe they had one day a week where they like were able to like flexibly like work from home and stuff. But like, so I see the value in that, like as employees, right? But then also, I do see the value in like if what Trump and Elon Musk are trying to do is get rid of bureaucracy in government so things can flow more efficiently for everyone, then I think that, like, I do think it makes sense to have people in those positions that are really dedicated to doing that work and like they do want to show up at work every day so they can be fully present in helping people. Right. So I'm like, okay, so maybe there is some like good coming out of this. Like maybe we will see some improvements. Like, I mean, because I learned that like the email they sent out to people was pretty much the same that like Musk sent out with Twitter. And I feel like that was handled really, really poorly, you know? So I'm just curious to see like what all is gonna happen here. But like for the most part, like people's reaction, like people are, I don't know. I'm very glad that I have taken the purple pill and I'm like in the middle of all of this and I'm just kind of like a neutral observer. And also I'm really glad that I'm a journalist in this lifetime because I love commentating on the cultural zeitgeist and I love making connections, you know, because it's just like I do have a vast knowledge of pop culture history. So um, you are a divine facet of the universe, right? And so facets are like different parts of something that makes it a whole. So it's like we all provide value to the universe. Like all of us, as long as we are on purpose and like doing what we were called here to do, then you are divine. And actually, someone tried to tell me yesterday that I am not divine. And instead of taking that personally, I just immediately I was like, it's because they don't see the divine in themselves, that they can't see the divine in me. Like people um on Tumblr yesterday. People will get very mad at me sometimes. Like even so my hat says God's favorite, right? And like sometimes that's just a little bit that I play, but I have such a special relationship with God that no one else on planet Earth that I know has. And people were getting mad at me because like in my experience, I'm pausing from shuffling for a minute to talk. But like in my experience, so I had my first crown chakra activation when I was like 11 years old at church camp. I didn't know what it was at the time, but in retrospect, now I know because I came home and I could not stop talking about God like that. That was my man. And then everyone around me thought I was a freak show. So I was like, okay, let me chill out a little bit. And then so I like forgot about that, got lost in the sauce, started drinking, doing drugs, caring about boys, whatever. And God was not even a real thing to me. My crown chakra closed. Couldn't even like fathom. I was like, I don't want anything to do with that man. And that was was it a mistake? Mm, no, because I came back around. But like, you know, those were like the darkest moments of my life. But anyway, so people do not think that I can be divine because in my past um like I'll talk about God on Tumblr. Like literally sometimes if I see like a screenshot of like scripture or something on Pinterest that I think is really powerful, then I'll repost it. And that's just because it's aligned with me and I think it's a beautiful message. And I'm like, oh, maybe someone else will see this and it will resonate with them. But people said to me, I think this was probably just one person sending me like bitter anonymous messages, but they're like, you should really think twice about like talking about God on a platform where you used to like sell your nudes. Did I used to profit off of salacious photos of myself? 1,000,000%. I made pretty good money doing that, and I don't regret it in the slightest because it served the purpose it needed to serve at the time. It healed a part of me. Like I have a lot of scorpionic energy in my birth chart and just like I have been can see my little hairs poking up. I have been like intentionally celibate for like 16 months now. You know what I mean? It's like I have a very good grasp on like my relationship with my body. And when I was younger, when I strayed from God, I was just sleeping with anyone at any time for no reason, just to feel something, just to feel beautiful, to feel wanted, to feel needed. You know what I mean? To feel like I was serving a purpose. But then when I was 20, I was assaulted by multiple people. And then having sex has been like a very hard thing for me. Like I physically, like, it makes me nauseous. It makes me vomit, right? So it's like, okay, I haven't been able to do that. But like, I went through this whole journey of like transforming my body and just becoming very confident. And so like I understand why I did everything I did and I feel no shame about it. And I don't feel any shame about the fact that I'm talking about God on the same platform where I used to sell my nudes, but other people want to try to make me feel that shame, right? Because they don't think that I can be divine. They don't think that someone who has like been in the dark can be light, but that's the thing. People can be. Hang on, my cats are. Let me go close this door one second. Not me knocking things down too. That was probably my tarot book. Okay. But yeah, so like all this to say, like I think like that instance came up because like yesterday, like I was a bit like I didn't, how did I take it? Like I kept just telling this person, like, like you're very small-minded. Like I would love if you would leave me alone. And they continued to spam me with anonymous messages, like quoting scripture, like saying um, there's like a quote from Proverbs or something, and it was like, let another like speak of your greatness, like you don't need to do it. People get really, really mad when you talk about how great you are, but I'm like, if I don't do it, people sleep on me. So of course I'm going to talk about how great I am. And if you're threatened by that, then you probably shouldn't be around me, or you probably have some work to do on your own inner self, asking, like, why is it a threat to me if someone else is great? Probably because you're not on purpose. So get on purpose, and then other people won't be a threat to you because you'll be too busy living out what you're here to do. My purpose is to let my light shine and to be confident and to be beautiful and to spread the word of God and to be embodied in Christ consciousness. And a lot of people don't even understand what that means. Like when you start talking like that, they assume you're like a Bible thumper who like whatever. But I don't go to church. I talk to God all throughout the day. He sends me messages all the time. You know what I mean? Like it's just I am tapped in my own way. And they were getting really mad too because like I've blended a lot of philosophies to make my life philosophy, right? Like I was baptized Catholic, I studied Catholicism formally, I've studied Buddhism formally, I'm self-taught in astrology and tarot. Like astrology I started studying probably in like middle school. Um, Tarot I've been reading since I was like 20. Um, I have studied like Kabbalah a little bit. Like my first boyfriend ever was Muslim, and actually like we broke up because of like religious differences because he was too embodied in his religion and like convinced that his family would never accept me because of the color of my skin. And still I rise, Maya Angelou vibes, bitch. I still see the beauty in religion. I still see that there are like aspects of every different religion on this planet that can be helpful. And so I study as much as I can, I learn as much as I can, and I take what resonates with me and I leave what doesn't. Because they were trying to say like, oh, like tarot reading is like frowned upon in the Bible. Like I don't care. I don't care because these are mediums that help me connect with higher powers. Like I'm tapped in enough to being psychic now that it's like I can just have things come to me. But also sometimes when I sit down and I shuffle the cards, they help me figure out, piece together exactly what it is that either I need to hear or what someone else needs to hear. So, yeah. I have a tummy ache because I haven't eaten enough. Healing myself heals my lineage. True. So I've been like it's been shown to me over and over and over again how like the people who like made me come from like very like strong victim templates. You know what I mean? Like it's just like it's burned into them. Like I have to sneeze, I think. Maybe not. Uh, but so I have had to like consciously unlearn those. And even just like in watching my parents interact over the past like 7 months that I've been living with them again, like I have seen so many things that I'm like, okay, like I don't want to repeat this. And I just like I'm so conscious that I don't think I could, and like they're not as conscious as me. Like for example, like my dad has been like off work for like okay, this card really wants to come out. Truth is my teacher. And notice how this one has the star on it too. So the star is very big right now. So like trust the higher powers to teach you, trust the circumstances of your life to teach you. Um, but what I was saying before is like my dad has been off work for like a year now because he was injured and like initially like he didn't really know what to do and even still he doesn't really know what to do. But like sometimes my mom will be like, oh, like here's a little task for you. And so my mom asked him to like clean out the pantry or whatever. And he was like, okay. And so he was doing it. I thought he did a really good job. It looked great in there. And then my mom came home from work and saw what she says to him. She's like, so what was your thought process? Because he didn't do it the way that she would have done it. And she didn't like that. And that is the problem with our world today because people love, it's like, see, people look at me expressing my connection to source, my divinity being embodied, and they're like, oh, but she's not doing it the way I would do it. And therefore it's wrong. No. So we need to, again, express gratitude for things that maybe would make us turn to conflict in the past and like just be open to understanding that like there is merit and value in the way that everyone does everything. Even if it's not the fastest way to do things, even if it's not the way you would do it, even if it's not what you think is right, doesn't matter. Instead of judging another or condemning them, get curious. Say, hey, why did you do this way? Because then maybe they can provide you with a piece of valuable information that will change the way you do things forever. Or maybe it will give you an opportunity to say, okay, well, here is another way to do this. And then they can consider if they want to do it your way or if they want to keep doing it their way. But it's not your job to change them. It is just your job to be grateful that they are who they are. And if they're on purpose, be extra grateful. And if someone's not on purpose, pray that they get there. That's all we can do. We can pray for one another to see the light. And to see the light, it's like you have to um go inside and deal with your own shadow and get comfortable with those. Like that's what I've done, right? So it's like I don't feel shame again about the fact that like I used to sell naked photos of myself. No shame. It's what it is. And now here I am helping people see the light and be on purpose and like leading like I'm doing amazing things. And my past will never hold me back from doing even better things. And if someone wants to project that onto me or think that I am not worthy of greatness because of things that I did a few years ago, I can't change that. I can't change the past. I can't. All I can do is be embodied and on purpose right now. Because when I was doing those things, um, I wasn't conscious. I wasn't fully awake. So, I mean, for my NPC brain, they served a purpose. For my conscious self, those activities, they don't serve purpose. They don't provide value, right? So just make sure, like, ask yourself before you judge another, like, are my comments adding value? Is my feedback adding value? Or can I just be receptive? Can I be open? Can I ask them why they are the way they are? And can I try to understand them? Can I try to love another more? Can I try to connect with another more? Can I accept what is in front of me instead of just trying to change it? Can I be at peace? Can I be at peace and let the universe show me what it's trying to show me instead of trying to micromanage everything? I hope you can. That's what I'm working towards. I love you guys so much. Have a good day.